Hi beautiful people, welcome back. And if you're someone who is new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And this is where I do anything and everything creative. Oh, by the way, my name is Mark and I love making things sweet and in style. So for today, I've decided to share with you how to actually properly use an airbrush to make outstanding designs and how to take care of it for it to last for years or so. Airbrush is actually used to make ombre effects. You can use it to make outstanding paintings on your cake, and of course, you can also use it to color your sugar flowers as you see at my back. So what are you waiting for? Let's start! Hello guys, what's up? So I'm gonna show you how to properly use an airbrush and my tips and tricks on how to make it last longer. Okay, I'm gonna expose also the brand that I'm using. So this is Taiwan HD. I bought this at Baker's Bazaar, and then some of you may be wondering, why do I have an empty bottle here? This is actually a bottle of gin or vodka, and then I always like having something like this because this is where I put the pen when I'm not using the airbrush. Okay, and then also you have to remember that when you're going to use an airbrush, it needs to be on a closed space protected from air so that the particles with color won't fly each and everywhere. Okay, and then if you don't have an area that is closed, you can actually use a box. Okay, and then that's where you put your flowers or your cake if you're going to airbrush it. In my case, I like to airbrush my flowers or my cakes if I'm in a hurry on a sink. The reason behind is I can clean it faster. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you my airbrush. So this is the compressor. Okay, so this is the one that generates and pumps the air, similar to the one that you use for swimming pool and inflatable beds. And then here is actually the cord, and you need to connect it to the pen. Okay, so this is what we use for the airbrush. And then here it has a nozzle that you can adjust. Okay, so if you want the spray to be wider, if you want the spray to be thinner, this is what you use. And then here is actually the adjustment button, okay, that you can control. And then this is where you put your color. Okay, normally it comes with a cap, but then I don't usually use the cap, but you can use it for safety measures. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on. Okay, so here there is a sound that's normal, but some other brands doesn't have a sound at all. Okay, so I have here an ordinary spray bottle with clear water. So normally before I start using it, I spray a water inside and then I test. Okay, so you see the mist, see that? So here I'm gonna spray it on my hand so that you'll see that the airbrush is actually very clean. Okay, and then now I'm going to put some colors. With regards to color, there are specific paints that you can use specifically for airbrush, but if you don't have, you can actually make an alternative. So what I use is I have here Gel color yellow. I added a little bit of gin or vodka. The reason why we're using alcohol is that it dries faster, it evaporates in the air. But you can also use water. The difference is it dries longer. And normally if you're using gum paste and then you're gonna spray it with water, it's going to melt. Okay, so you have to use gin or vodka with your colors if you don't have the color specifically for an airbrush. So here I'm gonna pour in some color that has been diluted with gin or vodka. You see that? You don't have to fill it way up here because it's going to spill. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my Austin Rose. So here, let's say I have here my Austin Rose. So I'm gonna show you how I actually color it. Okay, sorry for that. My advice, if it's your first time, don't be scared, okay? Just go on and trust the process. So here, you'll see I'm gonna spray very little yellow at the center. You see that? Okay, it won't focus. Why, oh why? Okay. So just spray some yellows. Okay, you see that? You can actually spray some yellows on the side. Okay, just like so. And then this is actually okay. You don't need to spray that much. I also use an airbrush to color my leaves if I'm in a hurry. So here, this is very light. So I'm gonna spray it with yellow first. Okay. Also the back part, don't forget the back part. So you see now, it's a bit yellowish green. So if you want to mix in colors, all you have to do is take out a little bit of the yellow. Okay, I'm gonna pour it on my container again. And then, I'll be adding very little greens. Okay, and then you need to cover the cap and press. And then you see there are bubbles. So what we're doing is we're actually mixing the colors. Okay, and then here's your leaf again, and then we can actually start painting it. You see the difference? This is a bit darker and then this is lighter. Okay, so that's how you use it. And then let's say for example you're done using your airbrush. So what you need to do, you need to pour in the paint. Okay, so it's not going to waste. And then you see there's a lot of color. So this is where I use my spray bottle. So a lot of you can see other people using droppers or syringe, but what I like to use to clean the inner part is actually a spray bottle also. So I'm gonna spray some water. I'm gonna pour it out, spray, pour it out, spray, pour it out, and then I'm gonna spray again, and then I'm going to press this, okay? And then I'm going to cover the cap or the nozzle. So what it does, it creates some bubbles, okay? And then we pour it out. So my advice, as long as you see that the bubbles are not yet clear, don't stop on doing this. Okay, normally it takes 2 or 3 times. So what we're doing, when you press this one, normally the air should come out. But when you cover it, instead of the air coming out here, it's coming out here. So what it does, it cleans this part of your pen, okay? You always have to clean your airbrush right after use so that the colors won't clog and then it would last longer, okay? That's how you take care of your airbrush. Okay, so you see here the color is clear. So it means that the pen is already clean. And then if you test it out on your hands, you'll see that there's no more colors, okay? So it means that it's very clean, okay? So always take out the water, and then most pens comes with a detachable back, okay? So it's important to check the back part also. And then I'm gonna show you the needle. So this is the needle. So you adjust and take it out because you have to clean this also. So you see that? You see the line at the middle? That's actually color pigments stocked, okay? So you can clean this by using a soapy water and rub this with a sponge. And then once it's clean, you have to take it back, okay? And then always remember to lock and put the cover. Okay, so basically that's how you take care of your airbrush. You always have to clean it right after use so that it won't get clogged with colors and pigments, okay? So there you have it. So when in terms to using my airbrush, normally I use this when I'm in a hurry or when I have rush orders because I don't have time to dust each and every flower. So I'm gonna use my airbrush. And then if you're achieving an ombre effect for your cakes, it's perfect to use an airbrush, okay? So there you have it. I hope you learned a lot. And always remember to turn off the switch when you're not using it. And then normally I detach this part, okay? And I keep my airbrush pen like so on this clear empty bottle, okay? The reason why I want it pointing downward so that if there is an excess water or liquid or moisture, it's gonna drop down, okay? It's not gonna sink in. Because normally if moisture will sink in inside, it's also gonna cause some problems, okay? And